So I am here today with Miss Becky Hermann, our April Employee of the Month, to ask a couple questions. Miss Becky, who introduced you to Vista Maria's mission?
That's a two-pronged question. I always knew about Vista Maria because I grew up in this area, so naturally, as a lot of us who did, knew it existed. But what exactly we did, I didn't know until about 2005, when I was volunteering at a women's prison in college, and my professor was in charge of our intern program. And after I would leave this class that we were teaching, and I heard these women's stories, I wanted to change my path and be somewhere where we helped to stop the cycle before it continued, where people were unjustly imprisoned and were victims of their circumstances, or survivors of their circumstances, I should say. So she said, hey, you should go to Vista Maria, and I was like, all right, and figure out what that was. Then I fell in love with it here because of the people who work here. Because every day you come in, somebody exposes you to a different part of the mission. So 16 years ago when I started as an intern, there were all sorts of different people, some of whom are still here and some of who I still talk to, who continue to show me the mission in a different way.
Awesome. What do you think is your most notable contribution to the mission?
I don't love talking about myself, but after being here for quite some time, most of my adult life, you kind of look back and think, like, what did I do? Did I do anything that has left a mark, or is leaving a mark, or will leave a mark? Or if I leave tomorrow, would anyone remember what we've talked about? Or have any of the kids in years past been like, I remember Miss Becky told me this thing? I don't know the answer to that. I would like to think that somewhere down the line I made an impact, but I think maybe just helping both my colleagues, my fellow Good Shepherds in Arms, and the kids realize that their voice has power, and them advocating for themselves and things that they want and need in their life is a good thing, and that their voice is something that they need to be using more often and trust it.
All right, one more question. If you were to provide any words of wisdom to a Vista Maria youth, what would it be?
It gets better. It gets better. That's my advice. It gets better. Tomorrow is another day. The fact that a lot of our people, staff included too, staff and our kids, we don't know what happened to them yesterday, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but every day they wake up ready to do something else and ready to see what's next for them and ready to move on in the next part of their journey. And I'm hoping that they do it in a positive manner, and that it does get better. It's not always going to be bleh. It will get better.
Well, thank you, Miss Becky.
Thank you.